withstand the stress of all kinds. Okay? So whether or not the body is able to withstand the stresses of physical activities or physical exercises, okay? Being able to perform physical activities because of the nutritional level that you have. So exercise, we are looking at planned activities that are done repetitively, okay? Whether you love walking or you love dancing or whatever it is, but you do that repetitively, or you love playing volleyball or whatever it is, okay? So that's exercise. Okay, so physical activity, that's the body movements produced by muscle contraction that substantiates increase in energy expenditure. So whatever body movements that you are making, which at the end of the day result into energy being used by your body, whatever energy was there. So that's a physical activity. So people engage in different activities for various reasons. Some people because they want to lose weight. Some people because they have been told at the hospital that the way your heart is, you need to be doing exercises. Otherwise, you have very few months to live. Some people because of maybe somebody made a certain comments about how they look, so they've decided to start doing physical activity. Some people because they observed someone who is consistent with their physical activities and they admire that person. So because of that, they also decide to start engaging in physical activity. So there are various reasons why people engage in physical activities. Okay. So sedentary, that's somebody who doesn't do any physical activities. Maybe the work they do is they just come into the office and sit down. Maybe they'll just be writing or picking phone calls or whatever, attending meetings. So that's a sedentary person. So what are some of the characteristics of somebody who is physically fit? How do we know this person is physically fit? What are their characteristics? The body is in shape. What do you mean the body is in shape? Yes, their body is in shape, but what do we mean by that? What are the characteristics of somebody who is physically fit? Or maybe a question would be, are you physically fit yourself? Do you regard yourself as someone who is physically fit? What are the characteristics of a person who is physically fit? How can we know this one is physically fit? They're able to do certain activities which somebody who is not physically fit cannot perform. Can we give an example? Anybody who can have an example? It doesn't necessarily have to be him giving the example. Okay. Okay. It requires somebody who is physically fit. Otherwise, you keep breaking those bricks, or they might even fall on your toe. Okay. Any other? characteristic of someone who is physically fit? Okay, they have endurance. They're able to endure. They're able to do certain things for a longer period of time compared to someone who is not physically fit. A good example would be, okay, let's say you are doing jumping jacks. Okay, somebody can do 100 of those, but somebody by the time they get to 10, they are already so it means they are not physically fit. Okay, or maybe climbing stairs, you go up and down, up and down, up and down. Somebody will only be able to go up. By the time they get down, they are already feeling muscle strains and all that. They are already panting. Okay, do you have any other? Okay. So in addition to what we have already said, these people have got flexible joints. They are able to, maybe that's why we're saying they're able to do certain things that others cannot do, because they are physically fit, they do those things frequently, they are consistent, they have flexible. Sometimes I wonder when I look at the Chinese, for example, they will stretch like this, straight, and you wonder how. Do these people have joints like we have or not? The answer is yes, they do. But because they've been doing that consistently, the body has gotten used. Okay? So they have strong muscles. Strong muscles. They have lean body without too much fat. What's the difference between having a lean body without too much fat, or somebody who has too much fat and somebody who has a lean body? There are some, yes?
The ones who don't have a lean body have cholesterol.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's correct. You can have two people maybe having the same weight, or you look at them, they look alike in as far as the body mass is concerned, but one of them will be healthier than the other, the difference being the presence of cholesterol in their body. So this one, because they are doing physical activities, they break down the cholesterol each and every time. The fat that comes, they take carbohydrates, yes, but they get broken down and they end up having just a lean body without an accumulation of the fat in their bodies. Okay, so you find that this other one will not have problems with blood pressure and all that, while the other one will have those problems because of the accumulation of the fat in the body. So we talked of endurance, has endurance to engage in daily physical activities as well as handling additional challenges. Okay, so apart from whatever they do frequently, they also have the ability to endure an extra mile because their body is healthy. Okay, can we proceed? What are some of the tips that somebody can follow for them to be able to increase physical activities? So you can reschedule your time to say, okay, on daily basis, this is what I'll be doing, or I'll be doing every 2 days, or I'll be doing every 3 or 4 days of the week. So if I do my exercises on Monday, I'll do the next one on Thursday, I'll do the next one in the next 4 days, like that. So it's a question of discipline and consistency. Or you decide you'll be doing it every day, depending on your choice. But the issue is, I need to be active. I have to be as active as possible. Okay? But how I do it, I can make a decision. So on daily basis, you can say, okay, every day I'll be climbing the stairs and get down. You go up and you come down. For example, we have very simple stairs here. So you can make a decision. Each time I go to school, even though I don't have a class up there, but I'll make sure I go up and come down every day. So you do that consistently, you are helping your body slowly. Okay? Or issues of cleaning the windows, scrubbing the floor, washing the car, whatever it is. They are simple things, but at the end of the day, your body is being helped. Okay? Can we proceed? So 2 to 3 days a week, you can decide to engage in workouts that will increase strength, make you flexible, or workouts that make you enjoy leisure, like dancing. Dancing is the simplest exercise somebody can do. The simplest exercise. It's good. At the same time, you enjoy whatever you are doing. Okay? You enjoy whatever you are doing, but you are engaging your whole body at the end of the day. Or you can do sit-ups or push-ups, or you do weightlifting. Is there anybody who does weightlifting here? Okay. You can do weightlifting. You can do stretching exercises like yoga, leisure exercises. So all you are trying to do is to make sure you engage your body in an activity that is going to help you to be strong and healthy at the end of the day. Okay? Or you might say, I'll be doing it 4 to 6 days, like I said. So you can do sporting activities. For example, in our case, it might not be possible to be playing volleyball every day. Why? Because you have to come to school, you have to do other things and stuff. But for people like those in the national football team, all they do is that. So it's possible for them to engage in that every other day. But for somebody who is doing other things, then you can just reschedule your time. Okay? But the most important thing is you engage in something that makes you feel good. You don't have to be forced into doing something. Unfortunately, most of us, we wait for the doctor to come and say, hey, go and start exercises. That's why you find sometimes when you move around early in the morning, you find a lot of people walking. Some are running. They're big. Why? They are doing it now because the doctor has said your lifespan is shortened. There is something wrong with your lungs. There is something with your heart. Go and start exercise. So we don't have to wait for that time. We have to already start doing it at an early stage slowly. Some of us walk to school. That's the best exercise you can do. So when you're walking to school, don't just walk like this. At least sometimes swing your arms. Okay. So as you're doing that, you're swinging the whole body. Okay? You are walking, but you are also helping your whole body. It's different to do that and to just walk like that. Okay? So when you're walking to school, walking back home, that's one of the exercises that somebody can do, but make sure you engage your whole body. Okay? Any questions that far? Can we proceed? Okay. Nutrition to optimize physical fitness. So nutrition is very important in the life of someone who engages in physical fitness. Somebody who is conscious about their physical fitness, nutrition becomes very important. So that's why when we're starting this course, I said as nutritionists, we can find ourselves in each and every discipline. We can be employed in the sports, whatever section of whatever department. Why? Because you'll be there to provide nutritional guidance. You'll be there to help in the choice of food that those people are supposed to be taking. So nutrition is also important in the life of someone engaging in physical fitness activities. So it helps to enable the person to achieve optimal body weight. We don't want to become malnourished at the end of the day because we're doing exercises. But we want to have a balance. As we're doing exercises, the food that we're taking in, the body should not be strained. The body should continue to enjoy the benefits of the right nutrition that we are taking each and every time. So nutrition also enhances the performance of a person who is doing the workouts or who is doing different activities. Okay, so how or what I eat on daily basis, what I eat before the exercise, and what I eat after the exercise, they have an effect on what happens in my performance, and even how I feel, and even how my body is maintained at the end of the day. Okay, what are some of the foods that people who engage in physical fitness exercises are not supposed to eat just before going into the ground? What are some of the foods they are not supposed to take? Junk foods. Why? Okay, they continue to add fats. Do they need fat when doing exercises? Fats. He's saying they shouldn't take junk food because it contains too much fat. I think that can make a very good assignment. Let's go and research. Okay? Let's go and do it. Let's be serious. It will contribute to your grade. Those who are not there, they'll get zeros. I have no problem. Okay? Let's go and find out what are the foods that someone who engages in physical exercises of any kind should not take just before getting into the ground. Okay? It's the simplest assignment ever that I'm expecting everybody to get 100%. Can I have it by tomorrow? Is it possible? Huh? You can even give it to me today. Okay, let me have it by Monday. I'll give you the weekend. Don't bring too many pages. I just need one page. Don't even bother typing your own handwriting. Okay? Your own handwriting. Bring me a physical paper. Your own handwriting. Very simple. The foods that people who engage in physical exercises should not take just before going into the ground. Okay, we proceed. So some key nutrients that are required include carbohydrates, proteins, fats. They also need vitamins and minerals such as iron, vitamin D, zinc. One thing we need to know is the needs, the nutritional needs are individual specific In other words, the nutritional needs that you might need would differ from what she might need, yet both of you are doing physical exercises. So there are several factors that come into play in as far as the nutritional needs of different people engaging in physical activities are concerned. So that's where you need to have a sports dietitian to be able to provide guidance. Okay? So as you are doing your course, start thinking, what is it that I would want to focus on as a nutritionist? Would I want to be at Bwaira Hospital doing under 5 clinics? Would I want to focus on the nutrition of the aged? Would I want to focus on the nutrition of those people doing sports? So with that in mind, you already start narrowing down your thinking and all that. And that can also help to even start thinking. Don't think it's too early. It would be good even for you, based on your focus area or your area of interest, you already start thinking of what would be my research area when I come to third year, fourth year. Okay? But one thing you need to know is, as a nutritionist, you can fit anywhere. You can work in the military. You can fit anywhere, because each and every discipline, in one way or the other, requires nutrition. Okay? Can we proceed? So the timing of when to eat what in as far as sports is concerned is very important and very crucial. And at the same time, being able to eat enough so that your body is not constrained. Okay, so carbohydrate, very important, because it fuels our bodies. It gives the body energy to be able to either run, to be able to climb up and down the stairs, to be able to play volleyball, to be able to do whatever exercises that you choose. For you to be able to lift that weight, you need the energy from the carbohydrate. So it helps to enhance the performance. Okay? It enhances performance. The fat is also important. It helps to maintain satiety. We remember the word satiety? Do you remember satiety? We meet the word again. Remember satiety? I'm not going to define it because we defined it. We had it. Was it in an exam or in an assignment, whatever? In the assignment, we had it. So we know what satiety is. So I'll just be using it. Okay, so it helps to maintain satiety. It also helps to cushion our bones and joints. It increases the absorption of fat-soluble vitamins. Which are these fat-soluble vitamins? Fat-soluble vitamins? Which are these? Don't throw away your notes, please. Vitamin A, what else? There are 4 of them. Vitamin A, vitamin K, 2 more remaining. Vitamin D and E. Okay? What do you mean by saying they are fat soluble? For them to be utilized in the body, they require the presence of fat, because they dissolve in the fat for them to be available for the body to use. Okay? So the other vitamins are water soluble. They dissolve in water for them to be available in the body. Okay? Protein, it helps to build our muscles. It also helps to recover and repair the body. Most of the times after exercises, the muscles will be strained or whatever, the ligaments stretched and stuff. So you need the protein to be able to recover or to repair any worn out part that might have been affected during the exercise. What are the benefits of exercises? Why is it important that we should be doing exercises? Or we are just torturing ourselves? What are the benefits of exercises? Okay, maintaining the body weight and having good health by having extra cholesterol, extra fat dissolve. Okay. Anything else? Why is it necessary? What are the benefits of exercises? What are the benefits of exercises? Come again? Okay, you don't normally get sick. You are healthy, you are strong, you are fit. Okay. Anything else? Okay, apart from whatever we have said, you're also able to get a restful sleep. You sleep well because your body has undergone all those exercises. Sleep comes naturally. You don't have to struggle, you don't have to toss and turn. Okay? Apart from that, I think somebody talked of having good health. Exercises help us to have good health. And we're also helped in having resistance to cold and other infections. I think that's where you were saying you don't normally fall sick. It's very rare for somebody who is physically fit to suffer from flu, infections, and all that. Your body resists because your body is fit, your body is strong. So that fitness helps to enhance immunity in your body. Okay? So there is a limit to the body fat while increasing and maintaining lean tissue. I think that's what we were talking about, that when you have an accumulation of fat and you start exercises, it helps to remove all those. They get broken down and used as energy during the exercise. Okay? Apart from that, you also lower the risk of some types of cancer. When you're doing exercises, some types of cancer, the risk of having them is lowered. Take note of the word lowered, not removed, but lowered. So you have an opportunity of having a low chance of getting those kinds of cancers, such as the colon cancer, breast cancer. So the more you do exercises, you lower the risk of suffering from those. It also lowers the risk of cardiovascular diseases. Diseases like blood pressure, okay, they get lowered. Why? Because as you do exercises, your heart becomes stronger. That's why somebody who has never done exercises before, they run from here to that end, they are already feeling pain. Okay, they are feeling like they have overworked just from here to that end. But for someone who does exercises, their heart becomes stronger. The heart is able to pump blood ably stronger and able to endure all sorts of strain. Why? Because it's stronger. So cases of having blood pressure are lowered because your heart is strong. So the stronger the heart is, it pumps blood, okay, and then the blood is well distributed across your body. Okay? So you end up having a strong heart and lungs. There is low risk of type 2 diabetes, lowered risk of having diabetes because of the exercises. You normalize the glucose tolerance, okay, as you do the exercises. So for those who already have diabetes, it's very good for them to engage in exercises, okay? And those who don't have, it's even very good for them to already avoid having that particular disease. It reduces the risk of gallbladder disease. So you find that at the end of the day, a lot more, a greater number of the diseases or sicknesses that come around can be avoided by doing exercises. Exercises are not expensive. You don't need money. You can do it at your own home. For example, you have a step, so you can be going up, coming down. It's just like that. At the end of the day, your muscles have benefited, your heart has benefited, you have enjoyed in the comfort of your home. But most of the times, we look at that as not important. But it's very important that we be doing exercises, especially women. Sometimes we think because I was there washing clothes, therefore I've done exercises. And the other problem is, I'll still focus on the women. Maybe because I'm a woman, I understand them better. The other problem is when you're doing household chores, most of the times you are complaining, you think you are being tortured. So when you're doing that, instead of enjoying and benefiting from whatever is happening, your heart is doing something different. What happens when you're complaining? You're straining yourself. Okay? So instead of benefiting, something else comes up. Okay? You can be sweeping the yard, you have your whole body at work, but because you are complaining, you will not benefit from that. Yeah. So, whatever the case, let's make a deliberate decision to engage in physical exercises. It lowers anxiety and depression. What is anxiety and depression? What is depression? Or how can you know someone is depressed or is anxious? When someone is overthinking, how do you know that he is overthinking? He's seated there, you're seated there. How are you going to tell that, I think he's overthinking? The level of concentration is lowered. Okay. Have you ever seen a person who, maybe wherever you are together, but they're shaking their head? They're not saying anything, they're just shaking their head, or they are pacing up and down. What is it? They will not tell you, but they're just pacing up and down. Okay? That means something is not in place. They're anxious about something. Some people withdraw completely. They will not. You know that Esther is somebody who is talkative. When we are at a place we are chatting, she will throw in jokes, she will laugh. But this particular day, she's extremely quiet. You know something is not okay. Right? So when you're doing exercises, it helps to remove all those stresses and anxieties and depression. It improves your quality of life. it helps to improve your mood, okay? Especially when you do the things that you like during the exercise. It also improves your self-confidence. Very important that you should have self-confidence, because one day you are going to be a manager somewhere, and people will be coming to you for advice. People will be coming to you for guidance, and you'll be expected to go to meetings to represent your organization. So if you don't have self-confidence, it will be difficult for you. When somebody comes to ask you, you will be thinking they are trying to undermine your authority. When somebody is calm in good faith. Okay, so exercises help to improve our self-confidence, self-image. It also prepares you for a good life in your old age. So if you do your exercises this time, by the time you get to 50, all of us are below 30, right? Right? So, but some of us even below 25. Anybody above 25? Okay. But we are all below 30. So we need to start banking for our old age. We need to start doing exercises so that we have a good life in our old age. There are people who are maybe in their 70s, 80s, but they still look strong and healthy. Okay, why? Because they prepared themselves well. So it's important that we be doing exercises, because when you're growing old, your limbs, your bones should be able to support your body. You shouldn't triple and fall anyhow. And even when you fall, your bones, your body should be flexible enough so that you don't just get injured anyhow. Okay? When you break your bone in your 70s, the chances of that bone repairing are almost zero. Right? But when you are young, it will be very easy for you to have that repair. So that's why it's very important that we start banking for a good quality in our old age by doing exercises. Okay, can we proceed to something different? Nutritional goals for exercises. The aim is to achieve minimal harm to health as we enhance the performance. Okay? There should be minimal harm to our health. As we are doing exercises, we don't want to have a negative effect of that exercise on our body. That's why when somebody is doing exercises, we want to make sure, remember, we have guidelines to planning a healthy meal. So apart from the general healthy meal that we are planning, we have to consider this particular person who is also doing an extra thing, which is activity, physical activities. Okay? So we ensure to take adequate energy foods prior to the exercise. Use opportunities to drink before and during the exercise to minimize dehydration. Why do you think it's not good for someone doing exercises to get dehydrated? I hope we know what dehydration is. Okay. Why should this person doing physical exercises avoid dehydration? You find people who are playing football, for example, they will come to a point, they will run, get a bottle of water, put it back, and then they keep running. Why should they avoid dehydration? Why is it important that they avoid dehydration? Okay, as you're doing the sports activities, you lose a lot of water. You sweat and all that. Okay. So if you lose a lot of water and you don't replenish that water, what will happen? What do you think will happen? I lose a lot of water during the exercise and I don't replenish that water. What will happen? Okay, your system might crash. A greater portion of our body is water, although we don't see it with our eyes when we're moving about. So your system might crash because we need a lot of fluids in our body for us to be able to continue functioning properly. Okay? So we need to consume enough carbohydrates prior to the exercise and have so that we have enough energy, enough fuel for us to be able to do the exercises. Do not compromise on your overall nutrient intake. Don't compromise on your overall nutrient intake. It's very important. Okay? Don't just focus on, okay, they said I need carbohydrate for energy, and you just be eating carbohydrate. You are compromising on the others because the carbohydrate is not going to help you when you have a muscle injury. You will need a different nutrient to help you with that muscle injury. So that's why we should not compromise on our overall nutrient intake. Okay, so nutrition promotes recovery after the event, after the exercise, especially during multi-day exercise. For example, when you have competitions, we had, was that basketball? What was that? Our team was in basketball, right? So during those kind of sessions where you play with this team in the morning and then in the afternoon you play with a different team, the following day you play with a different team, you really need to ensure you're taking good nutrition because as you're doing different exercises or competition or tournament, whatever it is, one after another, the body gets overworked. So we want to make sure the body is rehydrated, the body has enough nutrients and enough nutrition to be able to be maintained, at the same time to be able to do the extra challenge that is ahead of them. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. I would want us to, each one of you will have their own presentation. So you are going to write down what are the benefits of exercises to someone who has back pain. You have a person who has back pain. Why should that person engage in exercises? Okay, back pain. How many minutes do you need for this exercise? Each one will have their own. How many minutes do we need for this exercise? Don't worry, I'll send the notes to your WhatsApp. Sure. How many minutes do we need? He's doing back pain. I'll give you a different one. I'll give you a different one. So after you've come up with your points, you are going to present. I would want to, apart from lecturing nutrition, also help you boost your confidence in presentation. How many minutes do we need? So you are looking at back pain. You are looking at obesity. You know what obesity is, right? Okay. So you're looking at back pain, you are looking at obesity, and you are looking at stroke. What's the importance of exercise? What's the benefit of exercises to someone who has stroke? What's the benefit of exercise or heart disease and stroke? What's the benefit of exercise to someone who has a back pain and to someone who has obesity? Is it important? Or we should just leave them? We should let them be. Okay? How many minutes do we need? 5, 10? 15? That's too much. Okay. How many minutes are we remaining with? Okay, 15 minutes. And then we'll have 5, 5, 5 for presentation, each one. And then we'll close the class. Okay. I want you to think. Please don't use ChatGPT. I want you to think. I want you to think. Because the more you think, the more intelligent you are going to become. And the more confident you are going to become. Just think of someone who has obesity. And then how best would exercises help that person? Okay? If you know how to switch off this thing, please do. No, that. Or maybe, yes. Or maybe you should leave it so that we should capture you presenting as well. Now switch it off.